Hello everyone, in part 2 of the Xbox One S, which in part 1 we've seen that there was no display, no post. Yes, hold on a second. Sorry guys, but I'm not cutting videos, so that would take me far too much. So what I want to say is we had in the part 1 Xbox One S with no post. I mean, it was post on the hardware side, no post on the video side. So we couldn't see anything on display. Now we had, I knew it will be TDP159, but I knew I didn't have 159. I knew I've got 158 in stock, so I've installed the 158. To be true, I don't have so many repairs, you know, to have all the chipsets, and that's why I only hold 158 because it's working for both. I didn't have any issues with it till now, till date, but I've been told by one of my neighbors here that who's let's say watching other like experts, because I'm no expert with Xboxes. Yes, I'm just general electronics for the household. So I've been told by that guy that it might be the case that there will be no 4K or something. Yes, well, I didn't notice that till now. Yes, I will be observing it, and I know that I've got one more Xbox, my Xbox, to replace as well with, so then I can put it to any of the 4K TVs at home and test it. If I will find any issues with TDP158, where I should put 159, I will order 158s to have in stock as well, because it's a small chipset, doesn't occupy a lot of space, and it's dear only for a few quid, you know, so I can have few of them, let's say 2-3 always in stock, because I don't have a lot of those repairs. But let's switch to the no, not switch to the DSLR, no, that would be a lie. We see that, you know, that's the thing, that was the serial number here. I don't know if you can see it, or you count 2218 or something. No, 2216, 4 last digits. Yeah, so let me switch this on. Something is warm. Okay, so it is loading. It's holding in a cache. The only thing is that I've started up and I haven't had any post completely, like no cable connected. When my neighbor was here, you know, and then I've checked, and one of the sides was just not connecting properly. The chipset of the pads was just misaligned, yes, so I had to reheat the whole chipset with hot air, adjust, you know, actually replace it from scratch, to be true, because it fell off too far away, so I had to replace it, then use my soldering iron with a fine tip, with micro tip, yes, this tip, to you know, to finish off, and then, you know, then it's fine. Yes, so I thought there will be some account, because customer said that the sun is playing on it. Yes, so I don't know why, but there is no account. I've already shown to customer on a small video, and I've already said that, you know, it's looking fixed, so I will be just aligning it now. I can hold you the alignment process, because if you don't know how to assemble assemble, not align, sorry, not thinking straight today, and I should. But anyways, you know, so oh, now the hard drive died, you can say. So the process of Xbox is not complicated if you understand it, and I've noticed when I was showing to my neighbor that you can miss certain things which when you watch videos online. So I will try to explain these steps now in this video. So if you're saying that you've watched videos about putting Xbox back together and you think you know everything, you can double check. Now we're putting from the socket sides first, trying to fit it and flatten it, yes? So we're doing like that. Now you need to make sure that this side here, the USB is flat. If it's not flat, and when this port is not completely inserted, like you can see the whole shape of it, then that means you've done the bad job, and that's normal actually. You get those small pins here, you see that pin? You need to insert it so that it will fit. So then on this side, yes, on this side, and where it is as well, there are two. Okay, so both are on this side here from the LAN connection. From the LAN connection, one is here, you see, and second is at the bottom here, yes. So these have to be inserted. If they are not inserted, those connectors won't align. Yes, now we can see that it's aligned. Hope, yes, it's nice. And this USB port, it's too close. This USB port is flat as well now. As well, you need to check these ports if they are matching, you know, its own sockets. So once it's okay, you should get silver screws, these ones, and you should grab B. It's written B. That's easy in the Xbox. Just look for B, and it's on those pins which are going out, those plastic ones. You use these screws to screw that in. Yes. So now we will just screw it, and then the main board will hold. So you can only put like 2 of them or something, and we'll be fine. Once they are fitted, you can continue with mounting other components on the main board, because you know this main board won't fall out now anymore from the chassis. Yes, so that's a good thing. So the next thing are 2 things actually. The first thing I like to put is the hard drive. Okay, and the hard drive goes here. Okay, that's a different side, sorry. And you've got 2. You've got one for the hard drive and for the power for the hard drive. It's on the it's connected to here, you see. And then the other 2 which are left, okay, these ones, these 2, oh sorry, these ones, this and this, these are for the Blu-ray. So this model comes with no Blu-ray. And then you got pins which you need to fit into, because if you won't fit into these spots, then automatically what this means is it won't fit in general. Now hard drive will go second, power supply will go first, but power supply is a bit awkward. You need to insert it, and you get a pin on one side here. So this pin goes from the outside of the chassis. Yes. Okay, that goes, and that has to go all the way along. Now you need to use this like a line here on this to align the cable on it. You see, cable on it, and now try to put to the very edge of it. But you need to have your hard drive up, yes, because if you won't have your hard drive up, you won't put it. Now we need to insert it the way that it's matching the these pins of the power supply match the main board, because if it won't match, it won't fit here, and you won't see this inside the socket, power socket. Yeah? And now we can put the hard drive without any hassle. And again, it has to go into the locks. Yes. Oh, and now it's locked. Both of them are locked. So now what you can do is you can screw in the hard drive to not cause any damage. The same screws apply here, what we just used, but we need these screws now, believe or not. And Peter Pumpkinator, place them somewhere. Oh, and now don't, oh sorry, it's here, that's fine, that's fine. We got them. So we need one for the hard drive. Monitor can go off. And we won't need as well the microscope. Okay. So we hold now the hard drive, which is brilliant, and now the second screw is here for the hard drive. And that's all. The hard drive don't have, I think, third one. Let me check because I don't remember that from top of my head. I'll tell you. So hard drive has these two for sure. And let me check if there's any more. That's C. Okay, so I've inserted into C now, not in C3. There's F5, but that's no. B2, that's okay. You're disappearing me. Okay, so we got here as well C6 and C2. That's for the power supply. So C6 as well will be, where are you? C2 and C6. Okay, that's the same screws. If I will change to a different size of screws, I'll let you know. And C2 is in another one. Okay, next thing is, okay, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Yes, we've done a good job, very good. That's long. All the F marks are for the long screw. Oh, there is one C1 I see here, so another one. C1, that's for the power supply again, because power supply and the hard drive are holding on those screws. Now I should, before doing this, to be true, I should do the clamp, but I see it's aligned okay, so yeah. So clamp is not done. And we've got a one last screw here. Yes, we need another C. So we don't have C, that's C5. Ah, okay. My son is coming. Hold on a second. Okay, sorry guys. My son requires attention. So I can't neglect him. But do I have... I removed the second... That's me being messy again. Yeah, believe me, I thought I've redesigned the room in the good way, and to a certain extent I was right. But unfortunately, now what I've done is I've changed the, you see I've got a different screw. It's a thin thread, it's not a thick thread, it's a thin thread. These are A1 through to A4 for the clamp, and you're doing it like on the opposites. Okay, you don't do it one after another, you do it on the opposite. So you get A1 here, A2 here, so no, A1, A4. Okay, A1, oh, that's stuck, and that's one size smaller T. Oh, that's bad. I would do it the wrong way. I would tell you the right way, I would do it the wrong way. So A1, A4 I'm doing, now A2. If you fix combustion engines in any way, any form, and you were fixing cylinder head gaskets or replacing something over there, or doing I don't know, fixing valves or replacing valves, yes, because rather you will be replacing than fixing them. You buy a new one, you need to polish them so they will match the rest of the engine. Okay, just on area, don't know how you call it in English, so I won't be like smart-assing myself here. Okay, so anyways, we get one last screw which I've forgotten to do with that larger screwdriver, which I placed here, and this one is for the holder, the last silver screw. Yeah? It's for the holder of the Blu-ray, which we don't have a Blu-ray, of course, but it is here, and it's, to be true, it's done the way that if you would have it, I'm curious if you need any components or you just need a Blu-ray drive. I would love to test it one day, and I meant to test it and I never tested till day. So yeah, maybe one day I will finally test it and see if I can just insert the Blu-ray or I need to do anything else, because maybe they got different software, maybe they got, you know, different stuff. Yeah, that's through hole, so that's okay, I was right, so nothing else. Now we need this like a small black element, this one. This element is at the front here. It's just the provider for the screws, nothing else. It doesn't do any magic or anything. It just aligns the screws so they are going straight to the holders, to the thread inside the top white bit of the Xbox. Now before putting the top metal cover, yes, we can put the side this Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, yes, module, and that we will need the smaller screwdriver again here. Okay, and we've got 1, 2, 3 screws with a thin thread black ones. Yes, that's what we're needing. One, two, and the last third screw. That's you. So you see, with soldering these chipsets, if you don't have experience, believe me, I went with several people, and everyone who was from scratch, as I did one day, you shouldn't start off TDP158, 159. These chipsets, to solder them, they can be your pain, literally. I'm not joking, yes. Now the metal bit, which is front cover here, will be needed once we will put the metal, and we will need the front panel as well, yes. So that's what we can do. Get the front panel like that. No, not like that. I'm a wee liar. Okay, now it's good. Now we need this one. So this is going. You can see that you've got some like a foam on it, or some. It's not a sponge, but it's maybe it's a sponge. It's working like an insulation, so this should go behind the enclosures here, yes. Oh, like this. And then you've got 3 places for the screws which tend to get faulty, and it's still the same thin thread type of screws, black ones. Get one here, or if you've got a Blu-ray, here comes the Blu-ray, yes, that's the place, either or. So in order to make it stable with no Blu-ray, they put this shield, yes. Okay, so let's put one at the corner, try to catch it. As I said, I don't like it because the thread is pathetic and they tend to get faulty, or like here, I'm turning, and I already should finish the turning. Unfortunately, I can't because the thread is knackered, and believe me, you don't need to do anything apart from unscrewing it and trying to screw it back, and the thread is just knackered. Yes, so another one. And the thread is knackered. And again, one more. Will all 3 will be knackered, or not all 3 will be knackered? Oh, this thread is okay. So I'm not trying to exaggerate here. I don't want to be culprit to get the faulty, the last one get faulty. So now we've put this front panel, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 screws. So I like to start without screwing them all the way along to the very end, but trying to catch the first one and make it firm, as a firm grip, yes, but not, you know, like not final touch, yes. The final touch will be at the end where all the 4 will grab. We've got top and bottom now. Here are top and bottom ones. Okay, now we got all of them 4, so I start from the most far end, then more near end to the connector, and it doesn't matter top or bottom, potato. Yes, and we didn't forget any screws. Yay! Happy day. So we can replace the smaller one for the bigger one, because we need those greenians. Yes, green ones. You don't have to thank me for teaching you some Scottish if you're not living in Scotland. Believe me, you don't have to thank me. It's a pleasure to teach you some Scottish. If you don't like it, tough. But you will know some words in Scottish. When you meet some Scottish person, you will be able to understand what they mean. Okay. At least a bit. Okay, now we got the screws. Yes, so we got these long screws in Xbox One model 1540, not 1681. We've got 8 screws, whereas in this model you've got 6. I think 6. You've got 6. F 5, 3. Now it's okay. I was saying why this is crooked. Now it's fine. So we've got 6 screws now. I like to do the opposite sometimes I don't care. But that's all we do. And before putting this black cover here at the bottom, we will switch it on, because now it's holding, in the whole enclosure. Everything is back together. So we can now test it, and if test will be okay, we can just put the black element, because that's a bit awkward to take it out and put it back and take it out. So in just the case, it shouldn't happen, but just in case, then you got one less to worry about while opening. And now to put to this white element here, you have to widen those sides first and then insert it. Then you can flatten the surface on each side. Yes, so just keep it in mind, you need to expand it just a bit and then put the Xbox inside. So okay, we got the whole stuff sorted. Yes, we need an HDMI cable, we need power cable. Where are you? Yes. Okay, we need monitor on, and we can press the button and wait. You can check what customer wrote, because customer wanted to collect it. No HDMI cable. Okay, and it's loading, so it's fine. Okay, that's great. We just send the picture to the customer, so it's back in the case. It's back in the case, so it's fine. But okay, what time you want to collect it? And do you want to pay by? Oh, it's already there. Look, it's done. Should we test a gamepad? Some gamepad, any gamepad I'll find first, probably faulty. Don't know if this will work. Oh no, it won't work because the sync button is knackered. Oh, too many of them here. Somebody's saying I've got too little controllers. I can say I've got too many controllers. That's bad. Literally too many. Yeah, that's my monitor actually. It's on the extension lead, which is not greatest, and I will switch on the microscope and it will be off. I will switch on the light for the microscope, monitor will go off. Just that the extension lead is useless. I will have to open it and see. Okay, this gamepad is useless as well. I see. Okay, no problem. More. That's fine. Now that's the Xbox 360 gamepad. I don't know if I'll find quickly something because I've got too many of them here. I'm trying to find quickly, and when I try to find quickly, usually I count. Nothing. Completely nothing. Dead. Oh, yeah, there is. Close. Skip. Sign in. So you got this. Again, what's wrong? Settings. TV and display. Options, 4K details. Your TV setup doesn't support. Yes, I know. Resolution is 1080p, so I can't test it here. I would have to take it to the living room, so that's fine. It is what it is. I'll let customer know and we can finish the video. To pay by card or cash. Online or cash. Okay, I've sent to the customer message and can show that the Xbox is working fine. So guys, I can switch it off, literally I can switch it off, and we can call it a day. Okay, what can I say about this repair? I can say that it wasn't anything new to me. Everything what I did was fine, everything was okay. Apart from that, the first attempt was bad, and one of the chipsets I had, I think whole batch will be to the bin. We will see. I need to test it with more of those Xboxes. If that's the case, I'll write to the supplier if I can get a refund, or I can send it to them so that they can verify. But if that's the case, you see, you can't charge customers as little as possible. You have to charge the customer to account for those faulty items, because if you order stuff from eBay, you've got, let's say, warranty of eBay that it doesn't work, you can send it back and you're sending it within the UK. Whereas if you buy from AliExpress, from China, you'll pay cheaper, and sometimes it's much cheaper, sometimes it's more or less the same or a bit cheaper. But you need to remember that you're ordering from China, and when you order stuff from China, you will pay for this chipset, let's say, about £10, for instance, yes, not 15-20 in the UK, but every so often you'll get a faulty batch. That's why I buy only 3 items at a time, and I don't, or I would, believe me, I would order 10 and I would forget about them, because I know these repairs are coming every so often. So I don't wanna order, yes, I don't wanna order like 10 of them, because I'm afraid that unfortunately my batch will be wrong and 10 will go to the bin. Thank you guys. Thank you. Let's fight for the right to repair. Bye bye.